I'm live. Wow. Once again. Okay, just give it a few more seconds just to see if my little buddy shows up. 13, 14, somewhere usually around 20, 21 seconds. Oh, there you are. Hey, buddy. 18 seconds or 17. How's it going? So here we are. Skipping the dish. Thinking about going a little bit pro. I got a little bit of a strategy right now. So you might be wondering, why am I wearing a suit? So I want to look professional, right? This is my business. We might as well do this as professionally as possible. And I'm seeing a little bit of where all the different businesses are located and what businesses are situated with Skip the Dishes. I just want to give you a little bit of view of Victoria first. So there's the Empress. Oh, we'll just talk like that. Then you can see the Empress. So yeah, there's a few different restaurants in town. Obviously, like there's a variety of what Skip the Dishes. They're a little bit of light. What Skip the Dishes serves to. Basically, any restaurant that signs on to their contract, I guess, as a server or a provider of food, and then we provide the service. So it would be nice if more restaurants came on, obviously, because then we would stay a lot busier and people would have more of a choice. I'm not quite sure of the rules or regulations, but this is just what's going through my mind, right? Like any restaurant can sign on to it as long as they're willing to play the game. You know, they've got to do their little reporting. I can see them swiping on their little computer screens or iPads, whatever. And so they're doing their little communication thing like I've got to do with my phone and do all the swipes, you know, checking in, swiping to accept it. So there's the phone. There's that nice little mount. And then, you know, so yeah, there's a thing going on, but I don't know. Some people are more secretive than others. I don't think everybody's telling the truth. Anyways, thought I'd show you my little setup here. This is kind of cool. So what I actually used was my DJI Ronin SC phone holder. It's got to be like the best phone holder there is, man. That's awesome. It works really good. It's really tight, and I can move it around this how I want. I attached it to the suction cup that has the 90-degree bend, so I enjoy it because it's right close to my hands while I'm driving, and I can, you know, quickly do things. Not that I'm supposed to be driving distracted, but you know, we're a delivery, we're a courier, so it's part of our job, more or less. There's no way that you're going to be able to do business without communicating on the phone while you're in the vehicle. And like, I guess you could pull over, but yeah, I pull over when it's safe, I guess, and then do my thing. Yeah, right. I just go, man. I fly through it. So I just swipe it as it comes. So they make it quick and simple for you to do that. So I'm kind of happy. Let's see here. Where are my earnings? So this was my first pay, $447.81 from October 5th to October 12th. And that was deposited in my account today. I was checking it almost on the hour, so it seemed somewhere between 1 and 2 o'clock it arrived in my account, right into my savings account. So boom, there you go. Proven concept. This is money all made online, right? Not that it's fancy or it's a lot of money. Like, we still have to work a lot for it, but it's still a proven concept. There's everything's done online. I signed up everything online. The only human contact I had to get this position as a subcontractor with Skip the Dishes was prove my identity to a postal office worker. And that was just the same process as my license and registration and all that. I've said it all before. But, you know, just the 4 pieces of identification to prove who you are. And then bang, Now I went out, and after I paid for the bags, they showed up, like they said on their site, 3 to 5 days later, depending on Amazon. And they actually showed up over the weekend. I was quite surprised because I ordered them Friday, like early in the morning. And then by Monday afternoon, I had my bags, and Tuesday I was up and running. So that was pretty quick. The only thing that these numbers are this low, like to me, they're low, is because I had surgery. So, yeah, I got fixed, but that's besides the point. And because of that, I was down for the holiday weekend. I could have probably gone to work on Sunday, but I just wanted to be careful and not hurt myself or stress myself out. But now I'm stressing myself out because I need to make this work for an entire week on $447. That's not going to work. There's no way. So I should have sucked it up and went to work Saturday and Sunday and freaking just continued on. I could have taken Thursday and Friday off, but at least got Saturday and Sunday in there, so I could have made a couple more, who knows, a few more $100. Probably would have been close to $1,000, maybe $1,200 in my account right now, and I would have been okay. All right. So why do I say, how are we going to do that? Well, first off, we got to feed ourselves. So I do have food at home. I'm going to have to pack lunches to make this work so that it's as cheap as possible, right? Because eating out is not sustainable. Not at this moment. There's no way. It costs too much for the size of portion. And if I've got food at home right now, I'm sure I can make it work so that I can pack it as lunch. Like this is my office. This is my car. This is my office. This is my home, basically, now. So that's what time off I have. I should be preparing meals so that I've got food with me on the run and I don't have to pay for it. Get things, like I can fill up my own water at home because I've got, I've got the filter. The only problem is my Cooltron, my electric cooler. That's why I bought 4 ports. I think it doesn't work, so I'm gonna have to plug it in here, like tomorrow or tonight or whatever. Bring it out to car to see if I can plug that in. Then I'll have my own cooler to keep my own drinks cool. Oh, excuse me, sorry. And there's AC. Flags flying. Welcome to Canada, folks. That's the Marriott Hotel, I think. Oh no, that's the Marriott's over the next one over. I had to deliver there the other night. So that's the Empress Hotel. That's one of the originals. I could have worked there. I applied there, and it was for a job as a dishwasher. I think it was $18 an hour, and then worked my way up to 22. And they were interested if you were working your way up the ladder and everything. I must have answered all their questions properly. It was like a 3 or 4 step hiring process, and then I denied them, even though I made it all the way through. Yeah, it's whatever. It is what it is. Do you want to work for somebody or do you want to work for yourself? So what I'm trying to get at here, though, is $447.81. I'm just filled up my vehicle. I was basically like, I had just over or just under 1/4 tank left. So I filled up. I used premium fuel because I believe putting in the proper, this is the good ingredients, right? Like we want to act top notch. Our vehicle as a Mercedes asks for premium for one, but I think you'll get a little bit better mileage out of it as well. But maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm wrong. So that was Supreme at $66 and 46.510 liters at 1.419 liters. That's dollars. So $1.419 per liter. And the GST included was $3.14. So this is the thing. I didn't apply for a GST number because they're not charging, like they're not putting GST in here. They're just giving you this total. So unless we gotta, pull the GST out of that, and which I very well should. That's maybe what I'm gonna have to redo with my business license, is still apply for a GST and then pull it out, because then when I'm paying GST, I get that reimbursement. Like, it fluctuates. I don't know. Maybe I'm better off this way. Just keep paying the GST. They still give me a GST reimbursement check at the end of the year, just because I'm low subsidy income at the moment, or not low subsidy, but you know what I mean. I'm not making the money that I used to make. So anyways, that's $66. Like, that tank of fuel is probably going to last me tonight, because I'm running from 7 until 2, but I'm probably going to just keep on going right till 3 if they ask me to, right? Like, just extend the shift. I'm going to shut this off so I don't freaking kill the battery. Yeah. That reminds me, I had some good Samaritan acts. One was today. I was in the middle of a move, and the guy's trying to land on one of the deliveries, and this guy's car was dead. And then they sent me a contract immediately after I dropped it at the door, and I already had to run to the car because of where I parked, but I still helped the guy out and boosted his vehicle. So my trunk's a little bit of a mess right now. So yeah, getting back to the point, I always seem to drift off. $66. That might last me today and half of tomorrow. So that's like 2 shifts. So that's 16 hours, because I'm doing 8 and 8. But nighttime, I tend to hammer on it quite a bit more, because I have a lot more space. There's nobody around. The lights aren't as bothersome. Kind of lying there, but yeah, I could probably just do it on here. So the calculator, come on, bugger off. Calculator. So let's see. I gotta go 7 days. It's basically costing me $66 a day. Let's just put it at that, because I'm doing 16-hour shifts. So say we do 66 times 7. That's $462, right? $462. That's $66 of fuel. So $447. I guess it's sustainable. Oh, God. I wish I worked a few extra days, because I would have had some more money, and this wouldn't be the issue. I like to do this to myself, though, quite often in life, it seems. It's just something I do. It's like a test. How far can I push the limits? What can I do to push the barriers here? Right? So I can't wait to get the flashlight, because then we could have that shining on me at least right now, and it would be a lot better than what's going on. I don't think I have any light. Like, my camera doesn't have a light. I guess there's a flash, but I don't think it can turn on permanently. There's a light on the phone, but then I can't show you that. I did have a flashlight at home, but I didn't think it was bright enough, so I didn't bring it out. So I guess we're sustainable. We should be able to have enough fuel if I can do that, if that works, right? 1 tank of fuel per day for the next week. I've just made enough money on those 3 8-hour shifts. Basically, I did that in 2 days, because that was just totally insane. I did an 8-hour shift, went home for 5 hours, got 2 hours sleep, went out for 20 hours, and in between that 20 hours, I had an hour and 45-minute break. That was it, and I made $447, right? Then I had the surgery, so I sat until Sunday, and I went back to work Monday. Now I got paid today at $447, and if it cost me 1 tank of fuel a day at $66, we should be able to sustain until next payday, as long as I cook my own meals at home. Oh my God. problem is I've already spent some money on meals and stuff. Like, so anyways, not that much, maybe about $50. And I already had the money in my account for my insurance, so I was good there. And I still have a few extra bucks on top of that, so kind of evens everything out. So I'm still within this range, no matter what. I just move money around in a different way. It's just in my head. It's all kind of fucked up, but we'll still sustain at this amount. So that's a little crazy. Yeah. We're live streaming from the phone right now. I hooked up to my phone, so we're on a 5G network, and we're live streaming from that. And it's the LG Velvet with the Bell 5G network in Victoria. And I think Bell's the only one that is a provider of 5G at the moment. So I think the stream is pretty good. I don't know. But last time I did it within the... oh, there we go. Just change the light, or just change how it's tilted. So last time I did the live stream in 5G, seemed pretty good. Like, I was cruising around town, and I started right around my house so that we were in the LTE, and then I moved my way into the Victoria area, and I saw the difference when I saw the video. I haven't watched everything that I've done because I've been giving her here in the hours and stuff, but what I have seen or gone back and looked at, it looked pretty decent. So I'm quite impressed with that. I just can't move around with it. Plus, it's quite expensive. So I got to be able to make this work first, like just being able to make my living off of skip the dishes so that I can pay my rent, pay my insurance, pay my food, right? And just sustain a living first before I profit. But I got a plan, and if I can get to that, if I can meet my goal, then I'll be able to sustain. But that being said, I think these days that I've been taking, that I've got signed off as breaks, like today they asked me if I wanted to extend my shift, and I didn't. I just ended my shift 15 minutes early because they're like, oh, we're probably not going to give you anything else unless you extend your shift. Well, they didn't say it like that, but they say it in a polite manner. But in the same sort of way, anyways. So, that being said, these next few days, I'm just going to get all the food, everything prepared. There's times during the day that I can take my breaks, like, because it's slower, and I can just, get out of the car, stretch, eat my meals, and keep myself healthy and up to date on kind of doing this kind of stuff, plus, everything else. I got to start taking pictures and scanning all of these receipts with my phone because I've got that QuickBooks program in there. But I was going to get a different bank account, but now with how everything's going, I'm not going to get another bank account. It's just another expense. So I'm just going to continue on running everything through my savings account, and then from my savings pay myself through the checking. Well, the business is still operating through the checking, so I might as well just run everything right to the checkings account. But whatever, it just shows that everything's coming in. If I kind of like it that way, because if it's coming into the savings account, then they can see all those transactions a lot easier. Doesn't matter. I guess it's a little bit more confusing, but not really. The idea is to try and start saving up and then just transfer the money over that I need to keep the business in operation. And then the savings account, that saves up, and then I can pay myself. So that's when the business account would make sense, right? So everything would come into the checkings account or the savings. You pay the checkings account what you need to sustain, like I just said, like fuel, food kind of thing, and clothing, whatever, wear and tear on the vehicle, tires, oil changes, everything else. And then you got to pay yourself a certain amount so that you can live. But right now I kind of got to work a crazy amount of hours to get myself back up on my feet, because it's pretty hurting when that's all I have for coin. Pretty right out there at the world telling you what's up in my life. But That's the reality of this. If you want to get into skip the dishes and you're thinking about doing it, like I just jumped in full time. Like it was not planned or thought of. It was just something I did. I was stressed out at work. I wasn't enjoying it, and freaking got out of it, man. Like I just put on this suit, and I pulled the pants out. I'm like, oh, that's not good, man. Like you're a skeleton. So yeah, I've lost a lot of weight. Like I knew that I lost weight when I got this after a year or two after I got the suit because I wasn't consulting anymore. I wasn't eating that good anymore. You know, I was kind of slowing down on the whole diet. But this was considerable. So I was like, wow. Yeah, it's a good thing I got out of that line of business because I was stressed out to the point that I wasn't eating properly, obviously. So that's got to be very important here. I got to get money in on this. So you can see my area here. Eager to earn, check available. I'm starting at 7 p.m. And, you know, I could probably click online right now. It says you're offline, but every time I do click online, it doesn't do anything for me. They make me sit and wait. So my next shift today is from 7 p.m. till 2 p.m. and I'm going to push it. Fuck it. I haven't been sleeping that great lately. I'm just stressed out, I guess, still. And when I got things on the mind and I got goals to complete, I just go for it. So I catch the sleep that I need when I need it. So that's just how my body is. I know when I'm shutting down, and I'll just. I've drove many hours on the road, so home is here. Like it's not that hard to get home and just cancel the shift. If I'm that freaking dead, I'll just cancel the shift and freaking go. But you know, that being said, this is pretty high activity, so it's not like you're on the highway and you're freaking just sitting there putting in hours and kilometers and falling asleep. You're in and out of the vehicle and you're conversing with people at the restaurants, and then you're constantly hunting and things are going on. So this isn't like it's just a laid back easy job. If you're thinking of just getting into something that's, oh yeah, that just looks easy, just being a courier and I could do that, that's nothing. No, there's more to it than that, because you're constantly paying attention to this. You know, your Google Maps is screwed, man. So you got to pay attention to your city. I'm telling you. So I got things to learn. I need to learn to slow down in the daytime, and because I had a taxi driver behind me, and it was hilarious. I was hammering on the gas, getting up to the next light, and then sitting there and waiting, and he would just take it easy, and then he'd land in behind me, and then we would go again, and then I would just hammer on it again, and then he'd take it easy, and he'd land behind me. Like, yeah, I know this game. So in the daytime, definitely got to slow down because there's nothing but traffic. So there's no point getting upset with traffic lights or anything like that. What it is a matter of getting to know this city, because this city is like a puzzle, man. It's a little maze with how the road system works. And I'm starting to think downtown has a little zigzag pattern because it really doesn't make sense. Any other city I've ever been to, the lights will change from behind you to where you're at, to the next one in front of you, to the next one in front of you, and keep going so that when you start going, you can just keep on going. No? Makes sense to me. But whoever designed this city, whoever engineered it, whoever's the electrical engineer designer of the light system here, or who's in charge of it, should be put under. Should be put down. I'm sorry, because I'm sitting here at the red light and I'm watching the furthest light turn green, and then it turned green coming towards me, and then turn green come towards me, and turning green come towards me, and then it's my turn and it's green, and I get to go, and they're all turning red as I get to go. So in other words, there's like 5 or 6 sets of lights downtown. Maybe there's 8 or 10 in total, you know, and you've got 2 major arteries coming into downtown. Now there is another one on the back end if you go down by Chinatown, closer to the water. Now that's the trick, is to get down there. But it's to get down there. it's not always that easy from where you're situated. And then, holy smokers, with Skip the Dishes, once you get going, you really don't get to choose where you want to sit. Like when it's slow, yeah, you can choose where you want to sit. Right now, what I'm doing is sitting at Brown's Social House because good tips coming out of here, man. Like this was like my third order, I think, ever. Here, let me show you. Yeah, my third order ever. Come on. I am trying to select the week. Oh. Where are we? October 12th. When did I start? It's the 13th today. So, why is it showing me that? Oh, okay. Wait, we're on the right week. So, view days. So, the first day was the 6th. And my first order, right up top there, it wasn't my first order. It was my last order. But I got $18.04. And it was at Brown Social House. Excuse me. And you can see the Shark Club was good too. I had them that night too. Like that was smart. I don't know why I didn't clue onto it as soon as this was my first night. They sent me to this pizza place right off, and I got $7.59. And then my next two were the Shark Club Sports Bar and Grill and Brown Social House. Like, why didn't I clue into it until now, just today? Well, I did, but I just didn't actually put it forward. I did a couple times because I drove down here to Brown's once, got a good one, and then, like I said, I drove right back and got it again. But then I got sent on the runaround. The thing is I need a landing point to come back to, right? Instead of just cruising around, I guess. I don't know. I could cruise around so that I'm always moving and I'm flowing. But if I have a good landing point, like Brown's or the Shark Club, good chance that I'm going to be making decent coin and make this sustainable. And I don't know if anybody else has caught on or clued into this, but in your city or town, I would be doing similar. Try and find your freaking biggest payout restaurants, and that's where you chill. But that being said, I need to get a parking pass. Like, I'm not paying for parking every freaking time. I'm going to pay for that $100 commercial parking. So that's one thing for the year. Boom, done. $100. I got commercial parking. I can park in anything, any kind of stall 17 feet and under. Perfect. Now I'm on the go. So that's two skips out of here right now. And play the game, right? We'll see. It's going to be interesting. It's quite the game. But people don't know how to drive in this city. Oh, buddy. You fucking drive into me, I'll get out there and knock you. You better not fucking hit me. You're fucking lucky, man. Like, you were inches. You couldn't even tell. I think I put up with that kind of stupid shit. So that's a boyfriend-girlfriend couple running this Skip the Dishes, obviously. Because he's in the car and she just ran in for the food. And I've presented this to my girlfriend, but she has to go to school, so she can't do it all the time. And it would help considerably, but they're slow. Fuck, I move faster than that by myself. I'm almost just as quick just by myself. I can tell just how they moved. Might help out a little bit with the maps and stuff like that. He's all over the place with his driving, though. But he's got a good little small Volkswagen car. That'd be great on fuel. It's small. It's easy to park. It's probably only a 4-cylinder, possibly even diesel. Look at him. He's flipping a shitty again. So he's not paying attention to the map while she's running in. See? That's the problem right there. They're not fucking organized. Sorry for swearing, but I'm running a better system than that, and I'm by myself. And it'd be fun to bring it to you, but this is getting expensive. We're on 30 minutes already. So that's my plan right now. I got dressed up in a suit because the thing is I think, now I've been asking, but obviously I don't think people tell you the truth. So when you get customer feedback, it says customer feedback. But I wonder if there's feedback as well from the freaking places that are asking for the service. So I'm wondering if they'll just like, no, we want Casey every time. We want Casey. No, he's best representation. Anyways, I'm going to work my thing to come to Browns every time. So I'm going to put myself online now because I'm sitting here and things are coming on here. That's 2 of them that just came out of Browns. And I've got sent to high-end place. The one, that $18 one was a real fancy hotel right on the water at the other end of town there. And some people live in that hotel even. And yeah, super fancy. Guys are dressed in suits. So I want to be properly represented. I've got pants and shirts on the way. And I'm looking at getting myself a nice leather jacket and get myself looking good. Or else I can just wear suits like this all the time too. Like whatever. It is what it is. But right now I'm not because I can't pay the dry clean. And the clothes that I'm getting, I'm sure I can just wash that myself if I have to. That's what I'll do. So, one of the tools I didn't mention that I do need to get is Windex. I got some in the house, I think, but you definitely need Windex in your vehicle. You want to keep your windows clean. You're going to want a handful of change. Like lots of quarters if you're going to pay for parking or quick parking, or if you're just going to jump the gun and do it like I have for most of the time, except for today I paid twice. And then that big, expensive, fancy valet parking ticket I got. And I got to pay that right away. Otherwise, I'm going to get nailed even harder on it. Or go buy yourself a city parking pass. I got a flashlight on the way. I got this nice cell phone holder, but I think it's not quite adequate enough because I got to unplug, plug. It freaking slows me down and it drives me nuts, and it's gonna probably wreck the phone. So I'm gonna invest into a chargeless, wireless charging port, like cell phone holder. Now my girlfriend had one in here, but it just didn't really work properly. I can try it again and bring it back in here and see if it actually works. Because if it works, then I just save myself a few dollars until I can get a better model. Whatever's available, right? But yeah, you're living in here all day, so you want to keep this thing clean, kind of sanitized. So I take the sanitizer that I bought at 7-Eleven and I sanitize my steering wheel because I touch it constantly, like the handles. Constantly touching this stuff, touching everything outside. The gear handle, all this stuff gets touched by my hands, and I'm out in public. And obviously, we just went through the COVID thing, so everybody's going crazy, but I was always kind of a neat freak. But this is one way of making sure everything's freaking clean, and do this once a day, or I think once a day is the best because you're out and about, man. You're all over the place. You don't know what's out there. So there's certain precautionaries. You're driving your vehicle every day, so you should be checking your oil every day. Make sure your fluids are all topped up and everything's tip-top. Like when I started my machine in the morning, I checked the oil every day, right? I checked my hydraulic fluid. Made sure all the fluids were topped up. Only thing that wasn't really topped up sometimes was the windshield washer, but it rains lots here, so I didn't really worry about it too much. Somebody stole my Windex when I worked there. That's how low they were, but guess they needed it more than I did. And then, a garbage bag, because it's easy to just throw stuff all over the place and then it just makes a mess, right? You want to keep your office organized and as clean as possible. You're in here all day. But I always suggest that you bring some extra clothes, bring a sweater, some jackets, a variety. Like I plan on buying 2 leather jackets, one with a hood, one without, so that I've got one for rainy days. Right now, I just been wearing the hat. Kind of have the morning disguise and then the evening disguise going on today. And then, yeah, so that's the area that I work. We're in Victoria. What's going on? I want to start. 6:38 start time. Yep, I'm ready to accept it. So it's green. It's the first time I saw green. Usually it's blue like that. And it's green. So I've been sitting here fucking the dog talking to you and wasting money. So 1080, I got one at McDonald's. Just because I'm sitting here doesn't mean that I get brown social house. I get whatever's next. So it is what it is. Look how fast it happened though, right? It's that quick. So that's pretty cool. But look, I only turned it on like 5 minutes ago.
Penwell Street.
So I always try to bring the map in so that I can see where the heck it's taking me, because it'll try and send you all over the place. Make sure I know which direction I should be going before I actually take off, right? So it likes to make you do illegal stuff, whatever. Sometimes you just gotta know which ones you can break, which ones not to.
In 150 meters, turn left onto Blanchard Street, Patricia Bay Highway.
I wish I had my laptop holder, because then you guys would be sitting there and it'd be solid, you know.
Take the next left onto Blanchard Street, Patricia Bay Highway, then turn right onto Burdett Avenue.
Bang. So yeah, they're looking for people. You want to go to work, it's green, go. If it's blue, you're kind of stuck. I've had it blue quite often. That's the first time it's ever been green.
Take the next right onto Burdett Avenue.
Next right.
Take the next right onto Courtney Street.
Oh, look at this.
Street. Take the next left onto Quadra Street.
And pedestrian coming, so we can be safe. Always gotta watch for people, man. Like, this is a dangerous kind of business. You're on the go. There's lots moving. Pedestrians, bicycles, scooters, motorbikes, cars. A motorbike almost got wiped out yesterday. I was right there. Buddy almost got wiped out. And then the guy that almost wiped him out, like, he tried cussing him out, and then he just buggered right off on him. So this is why I don't like sitting. It drives me nuts. And this traffic guy's like not even turning when he can. This is a one-way street, buddy. You can turn right. Come on. He's slow, steady, but he's safe. See? No, I should have probably just kept going straight, but
in 150 meters, turn left onto Vancouver Street.
This makes it a little bit more direct, if I can at least catch this.
Take the next left onto Vancouver Street.
Oh, I don't want to stop.
In 400 meters, turn left onto Pandora Avenue.
My trees. Alright, so we're on the run, because I pretty much got to make any bit of money that I possibly can now. So yeah, that's the plan. I got a goal. I'm not going to say it right now because I don't want to wreck it if it doesn't happen. But Is what it is. We're ready to rock. We got money at least for fuel. That was the thing. I only had enough money for fuel for today, and if I didn't get paid today from them, then I was done. Like, that was it. So they pay once a week, so that's good. Every Tuesday in Canada, for me, it was right between 1 and 2 o'clock. So, going for my first pickup of my second shift tonight. Starting early.
Turn left
6:48.
onto Pandora Avenue. Then your destination will be on the right.
6:38 I started instead of 7. So could have probably started right there at 6:30 or even earlier, but that's what it is. Gotta bring some attention to you guys. Let you know what's going on. And I'll probably just shut down this stream once we get into here. Pedestrians crossing again. Where's it? And I'm being bad. Not waiting till they're all the way at the other end of the sidewalk.
Your destination is on the right.
Pedestrians legally have to be from one end of the sidewalk to the other. Or you can get a ticket from the cop. How do I know? My stepmother went through this once before, so I kind of know. So there you go. We got to see a little bit of Victoria. It'd be nice to bring this kind of stuff to you live all the time. But obviously I'd have to be quiet about the addresses and stuff. But anyways, I gotta get going. So I got a thing to do. I gotta freaking